When you combine cornerback and free safety and strong safety, it is so difficult to put together a top 5 because there's so much talent. But I did it. Check it out. Number 5, one of the fastest rising corners in this draft class is Isaiah Oliver, right up the road in Boulder at CU. And you saw a little bit of Rod Woodson to his game. That's been floated around in the scouting community, and it's very exciting because with Oliver, you get a guy who's fast in a straight line. Yes, I know his hip swivel needs to turn a little bit quicker. He needs to be a little bit more decisive with that. But if you talk about speed and strength and ferociousness from the secondary, from the cornerback position, that's where Oliver can stand out. And it's why he's being talked about not as just a early second or late first rounder. Isaiah Oliver may surprise you where he goes in the first round of the draft. Number 4, Josh Jackson. Honestly, one of my favorite corners, or one of my favorite players in this entire draft. Why? Because it's the strength. You're never going to get away from this guy. He's going to get right in your back pocket when he's asked to cover you. And if you have the ball, whether it's a ball carrier or a wide receiver, he's going to hit you. And it's going to hurt. And that's one of the things I love about a more physical corner. And there's other corners I'll get to that are the smaller slot guy, nickel corner, what have you. Jackson's physical. He's tough. He's a football player. And I love him at number 4. Number 3 is Derwin James. Big Al can't stop talking about this guy, and for good reason. James is one of the most intimidating players out there. I've heard some Troy Polamalu comparisons floated out. It's a little bit much. I don't like to do that regularly, but with James, know this. First off, he's going to knock your block off. That's the highlight of his game. He's an in-the-box guy who's got a little bit better coverage ability than you think, but it's that enforcer, intimidator, playing next to the line of scrimmage and avoiding that trash when you have those big guards and tackles that are pulling around. They're trying to get to you at that second level of the defense. You see a guy like James be able to avoid that, get to the ball carrier, and destroy him. That's what he does. Number 2 is Denzel Ward. Now, he is a nickel corner. I've got him compared to Jason Verrett, which is a compliment, by the way. I like Verrett coming out of TCU, first-round pick by the Chargers a few years ago. When you look at this game for Denzel Ward, you see a guy that's feisty, that's a little bit ferocious. Now, as a nickel corner, again, not a big guy, not a physical guy. Larger receivers are going to give him a little bit of trouble. But when you talk about covering the likes of an Antonio Brown, this is the type of guy you put against him. Now, Brown with the savvy is going to win a lot, but eventually you're going to have a great player. Not a shutdown corner. I don't know if that really exists anymore in today's NFL, but with a guy like Denzel Ward, you get that ferociousness, you get the speed and explosion, and the ability to knock away passes that are incoming to those speedy, quick targets in the NFL. Number 1, and I don't care if he's a safety or a corner on your board, but number 1 has to be Minkah Fitzpatrick. First and foremost, he can play all over the field. If you want to line him up as a third corner, fine. You want to line him up as a second corner, good. Free safety, strong safety, doesn't matter. Minkah Fitzpatrick has the football intelligence and the raw athleticism to basically line up anywhere in the secondary and help you out on the defensive side. Plus, when you're scheming to kind of trick or fool the secondary, to set things up for those double moves, things like that, where you're trying to go downfield, you're not going to do that with Fitzpatrick. He's a guy that's very smart, very heady, understands how to diagnose quickly, whether it's in a back pedal as the play is trying to come by him, or if the play is in front of him. A guy like Minkah Fitzpatrick can make plays all day, every Sunday. For your best coverage of the 2018 NFL Draft, of course, keep it locked on 104.3 The Fan on your dial, and of course 1043thefan.com. I'll be in Dallas Thursday, Friday, Saturday, broadcasting the whole day live from the draft. We got the fellas out at Dove Valley giving you the best Broncos insight right there on site, boots on the ground, whether it's Dove Valley or Dallas. We got you covered on The Fan.